Hello everybody, my name is Axel1324. Welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of why I believe the console wars are over. Let's get into it. Nintendo's Reggie Fils-Aimé ended Nintendo's involvement in the console war in 2018 by saying, outside of the time a consumer spends eating, sleeping, working, and going to school, all of the rest of that time is entertainment time. That is what I compete for. Minute by minute, that time you spend surfing the web, watching a movie, watching a telecast of a conference, that's all entertainment. Time we're competing for. My competitive set is much bigger than my direct competitors in Sony and Microsoft. I compete for time. When I do that, I have to be creative and innovative in order to win that battle. So, what Reggie was talking about in time equals engagement. They have to keep you engaged in Nintendo instead of you doing anything else to entertain yourself, whether it be a movie or their direct competitors. So, how did Nintendo get creative and innovative to win that battle? Well, they took what worked from the Nintendo Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS and merged it together to create one of the greatest consoles of all time, in my opinion, and that is the Nintendo Switch. This is an incredible console with great games. You can dock it to play it like a traditional console. You can even use a nice Pro controller for it. You can play it using the Joy Cons on each side, and you can take it on the go with you. There is no reason for you to not engage in this product. Now, the Nintendo Switch obviously has its weaknesses, mostly in the power narrative, but they are being innovative. They are getting over that by being innovative with their games. And that is how Nintendo is currently fighting for your engagement, for your time. They took what worked and they merged it all together to give us a hybrid console in the Nintendo Switch. And I believe that strategy is working pretty good. The Nintendo Switch has been selling incredible since its launch. The games are flying off the shelves. I believe at one point there were more copies of The Legend of Zelda sold than there were actual Nintendo Switches because of the Switch shortage. And also during the pandemic, they released Animal Crossing, which sold 20 million units. Nintendo is succeeding in the new engagement wars. And that is how Nintendo is ended the console wars. They don't really care too much about their direct competitors as much as they care about everybody else. And they want you to not do anything with anybody. They want you to do everything here in the Nintendo Switch. Xbox's Phil Spencer ended Xbox's involvement in the console war in 2020 by saying, I think the people who want to pit us against Sony based on who sold the most consoles lose context of what gaming is about today. There are 3 billion people who play games on the planet today, but maybe only 200 million households that have a video game console. And he brings up a very good point. The home console market is saturated. No matter what, you're only competing for a piece of that 200 million people pie. So Xbox decided to bring the games to you where you are playing by using Game Pass. It's available on your console, on a PC, on Android phones, and soon on iPhones. There is nowhere that Xbox Game Pass won't be. And if they could put it on the competition, their direct competition, they would as well. Nothing would stop them. So Xbox went the route of grabbing subscribers. And so far, they have announced that they have 23 million subscribers. But how do you keep people subscribed? With content. And Xbox geared up for this last generation by acquiring 23 game studios. So far, those game studios haven't put out anything super exclusive to Game Pass, but once they start churning out at the end of 2021 and into 2022, Xbox will be a force to be reckoned with. So, to recap what Xbox has done, they have put out the world's most powerful console with 12 teraflops in the Xbox Series X. They have put an entry level console out in the Xbox Series S. They have also made it available for you to play games on your PC for PC gamers. And they are also going after gamers on their phones and tablets by using Xbox Game Pass game streaming. But is it working for them? I would say that it is. The Xbox Series consoles are sold out. They are gaining 1 million subscribers a month, right around there. And their first party studios are going to start cranking out incredible games. You're going to get great games from their studios that include renowned studios such as The Coalition, Ninja Theory, Playground Games, Obsidian, Bethesda. All this is going to drive more and more subscribers to Xbox Game Pass. Sony's Jim Ryan ended PlayStation's involvement in the console war in 2021 by saying, "There's an opportunity to expose those great games to a wider audience and recognize the economics of game development, which are not always straightforward. The cost of making games goes up with each cycle as the caliber of the IP has improved. Also, our ease of making it available to non console owners has grown, so it's a fairly straightforward decision for us to make." With that being said, what is PlayStation doing to gain your engagement? Well, they are sticking to what has worked for them in the past for the most part. They released a great console with great first party games, and they are still signing blockbuster third party deals, such as Final Fantasy XVI being exclusive to PlayStation 5 and the Spider Man franchise being exclusive to PlayStation. But not just that, they are also taking PlayStation in new directions. You can get PS Now on PC. I'm assuming soon it's going to be available on mobile devices as well. PlayStation games have started to show up on Steam, which a few years ago was unheard of, and even more coming to Steam in the future. It is rumored that PS Plus is going to start including Sony movies, which is great. They own it, it's part of their entertainment deal. They should leverage it. PlayStation is mainly focused on selling PlayStation 5s at the moment. However, they are stretching their wings over into the PC space, and I believe that soon they will also be in the mobile space. And they're doing all this to keep you engaged in the PlayStation ecosystem. Okay, so now we know what everybody's doing to get you to engage in their ecosystem. So who's going to win the first round of the engagement wars? Well, Sony is mostly focused on the PS5 and is kind of dipping their toes into the PC waters. However, their first party games lack something that's very important in PC gaming and for user engagement in the long term, and that's multiplayer. They have alienated themselves from co op and PvP gamers, especially in the PC space. And so far, other developers have closed that gap. That may continue to work for them, and it may not. Nintendo is dominating the mobile gaming market. However, the Switch lacks online functionality as a whole. You can't party chat on the Switch. Their PvP online functionality is not great. This is really bad, especially when it comes to younger gamers who don't have that Nintendo nostalgia. Those young gamers want to play games with their friends. They want to do PvP and co op with their friends, and they cannot talk to their friends using the Nintendo. They got to use a Nintendo app on another device. That's very inconvenient. And a lot of younger gamers are going to flock over to their competition because it's included, it's an all in one package. Nintendo needs to address this ASAP in today's connected age to truly win the engagement wars. Xbox has cast the widest, most convenient net to get gamers to subscribe in Xbox Game Pass and start engaging in the Xbox ecosystem. However, it is also just as convenient to unsubscribe from Xbox Game Pass as it is to subscribe. Xbox needs to keep gamers engaged by giving them a consistent flow of AAA bangers. I'm not talking just games, we're talking the bangers. You know, the game of the year, award winning, everybody's talking about it games. And until Xbox can address that and start supplying that, I believe that they're going to plateau eventually. Where that plateau may be, I have no idea. It will happen if they can't match what the competition is putting out. With all that being said, it is my personal belief, and it should be no surprise as according to the shirt I'm wearing, that Xbox is going to win the first round of the engagement wars. Xbox Game Pass, for me as a consumer, is a great price. I get so much value for my money, it's crazy. We already have Xbox's first party games launching day and date on Xbox Game Pass at no additional cost. Not only that, but third party games are also launching on the service at no additional cost, starting with Outriders and MLB The Show. Xbox Game Pass is the best deal in gaming, bar none, end of conversation, and there's no reason why people shouldn't subscribe because it is so convenient. I believe that's why Xbox is winning the first round of the engagement wars. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win this first round of the engagement wars. Do you agree with my opinions? Do you disagree with them? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys later.